Hello and welcome to How to Stake a Vampire 101. I'll be your teacher today, Sabrina. How are we all today? Personally, I'm doing good. I'm just recovering from this week-long bout of the flu. You know how it goes. You get those headaches, your nose gets clogged, you get that complete aversion to any and all sunlight, you get those joint aches. It's just a whole deal. That's what I was dealing with last week. But I figured this is literally a cause of life or death, and so I marched through it, and here I am, ready to teach you how to stake a vampire. Let's just get into it, shall we? So I know you're probably wondering, what makes me qualified to teach this course on how to stake vampires? Well, to that I say, I have survived every altercation with a vampire ever, which I think makes me highly qualified to be teaching this course to all of you. So, getting into the first part, which is weapons. Now, the type of weapon you'll be using depends primarily on the type of vampire you'll be slaying. It is pretty easy to tell what type of vampire you're dealing with. Either a stake to the heart does the job, or it doesn't. If it does work, it depends if a vampire gets dusted or not, depending on what type of vampire we're dealing with again. If it doesn't work, you may have to go several other routes to slay the vampire you're dealing with. One of them would be getting a white oak stake. Some vampires require very specific stakes. And the second way would be completely different, which is that some vampires need to be completely dismembered and then set on fire in order to slay. But that's relatively rare, so hopefully you're not going to be dealing with that anytime soon. We will be going over that in, I think, the 5th lesson, so stay tuned for that. Anyways, today we are only going to go over proper staking technique, which is the fundamental of all slaying. So everyone get your stakes out. Personally, I'm using about a 9.5 to 10 inch wooden stake, of course pointy on one end. Now, if a vampire does take you by surprise, you can always go for the dramatic improvisational stake. I personally really like snapping chair legs, balcony railings, stairway railings, broomsticks. Anything that really gives you the dramatic crunch that really makes you feel like you're fighting for your life. Because you are. Some people just love the drama, what can I say? Anyways, getting into proper staking technique, the proper way to hold a stake is not like this, which is what most people assume it is. In fact, the best way to hold a stake is backwards grip. So as you can see, I'm holding the stake backwards, and this has many benefits. But mainly the thing that is best about this grip is that it already has a downward trajectory when you are staking. A traditional kind of pencil stake grip is not comfortable on the elbow when staking. You get kind of a weird angle here. So backward stake grip gives you a nice downward trajectory, and it's better on the elbow overall. And my favorite part about the stake grip is that it has the added benefit of being able to go backwards. However, it's important to remember that if you are staking backwards, you aren't aiming for the heart. You have to either stake very diagonally or just do a stake for injury's sake. Now, I think we should discuss a very important part of stake safety, which is to always make sure that the person you are staking is indeed a vampire. We don't want to do a faith, as we call it in the business. That's just bad luck and bad business practice. Overall, we don't stab humans to death. This is a vampire self-defense course only. So as you get more confident with a stake, it will become easier to do stake twists, stake twirls, stake throws, stake catches, anything you can imagine it. But for now, I want you to start by trying out the backwards grip and just giving it a nice, powerful stake into the heart. Ideally, you do want to put a lot of strength into your staking because you are going true flesh, and that requires a lot of extra strength. Last part of this lecture, I wanted to discuss whether or not vampires have a soul. Now, this varies a lot. Some vampires do have souls, some vampires don't have souls, some vampires believe they have souls, some vampires believe they don't have souls, some vampires have souls that will disappear as soon as they reach a moment of perfect happiness. It's really all over the place. And once again, it depends on the type of vampire you are dealing with. But remember, ladies, no matter how cute that vampire bad boy is, he may not have a soul. And that's kind of a turnoff. Vampire bad boys are only after one thing, and that is your blood. So in the end, you either find a vamp to stake or a vamp to marry, not both. And so that concludes this little How to Stake a Vampire 101 lecture. I hope you all enjoyed this lecture. For your homework tonight, I want you to try your own staking motion. Just make sure you have a good, strong staking technique going on. And I hope you have a nice, happy, and safe Halloween. I will see you in the next video. Bye! Whew, I'm a little thirsty after that. Do at least one hair flip for this. Are y'all taking notes on this? I know you're not taking notes. Start taking notes. Do not drink pure food coloring, it's nasty. Now remember people, hearts on the left. I know some of you dropped out of biology, me too. I literally broke down my whole apartment for this and now the sun is out, meaning I can't film. Can you please go the fuck away, sun? Very ironic that the sun is a bother in this video in which my character is heavily implied to be a vampire. Spoiler alert. So, you know, irony. You come here often? I just want the sun to disappear again. Oi, give me something to flush that away with. Hold on, that's so nasty. What the